The countdown to test and go resumption is left for 1 day, as well as government woes and Chinese New Year tomorrow. That's all coming up on today's Good Morning Thailand. Hello and welcome to Good Morning Thailand. I'm Jay and this is Natty.
Hello everyone, and hello Jay in the computer.
Yes, hello Natty. You're back by popular demand.
Hello.
How do you feel?
I feel great. It's Chinese New Year's Eve, and I'm looking forward to a lot of Chinese dumplings tonight.
Is that an actual thing, a Chinese New Year Eve?
Yeah, of course. And we actually do the dragon dances on the eve of Chinese New Year as well. But
did not
of
know
course,
that.
it's COVID season, so we don't have that at Yawarat this year.
Okay, cool. All right, Nettie, let's just get straight into our topics.
Yes.
We will talk about Chinese New Year a bit later. Firstly, countdown to February 1, which is, I believe, tomorrow, which will officially be the day that you can start to register for the improved, well, not really improved, but version 2 of Test and Go. Are you excited?
Very excited. More people to Thailand, yay.
Yeah, well, the Test and Go program of Thailand Pass is set to start again this Tuesday, a rebooted version with some additional cost and paperwork. Travelers will need to book an extra prepaid SHA Plus room and PCR test for day 5 of their stay. In the original version of Test and Go, you only had one test and prepaid room booking on day 1. Apologies. There has been a lot of criticism about this. You don't have to go too far. You can just go to our viewer comment section to see the mistrust, if not the annoyance of many people who'd like to travel to Thailand, and they wish that the Test and Go program would go to its original method and not do this second one. What do you think, firstly? Let me just ask you. So now that they've reopened Test and Go and they've added this one extra day of staying in a hotel and doing another test, that's extra cost for people. Do you think people would be interested to still come back to Thailand?
I think yes, and that is just purely because I have a couple of expat friends who are waiting to come back to Thailand, and they're very excited about February 1. But they did tell me that knowing the Thai government, they're going to give it a week to see if the Test and Go is really going to still be held for a long term or not. But yeah, they're excited, and the added additional stuff doesn't faze them that much.
Fair enough, that makes sense. Well, the actual registration starts tomorrow, so your friends, along with all the tourists and people who are interested to come to Thailand, can register tomorrow. And most likely people will start flowing in using the new Test and Go after a week of the registration being open, because it does take a couple of days to get your pass, and then depending on when you're flying to Thailand, that's when you'll be using it. Now, Natty, I'm going to give you a little statistic. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Arrival numbers to Thailand have been quite lukewarm. I learned that word from Tim. From November the 1st, when the first Test and Go program started, Nettie, until now, there have been about 381,871 international travelers that have arrived to Thailand. That is, so 83% of those arrivals came in on the Test and Go. So it has been spectacularly popular. And why wouldn't it be? It's just a 1-day quarantine and test and go. That's why it's called Test and Go. But so yes, it's not surprising that 83% of those people would be using that. However, as a comparison, in the same 3 months 2 years ago, 11.1 million people came.
Wow.
That's right. So, which means that the recent 3 months of total international arrivals were around 3.4% of the arrivals at the same time 2 years ago.
Wow.
So we still have a long way to go. A long way to go.
Yeah.
And added the low uptake of international travel into Thailand in the past 3 months, many of the arrivals were returning Thais and expats. So it's not like, you know, we've had 381,000 people of just tourists flocking in. A lot of people are just coming back home. So we still have a long way to go, and hopefully these numbers increase, and hopefully this version 2 of Test and Go proves to bring people back in. We'll have to see, because I think a lot of people do have the same concerns like your friends that will they change it again? You know, if there is a spike in COVID here and there, will they make quick decisions? Dare I say rash decisions? But yeah, anyways. Let's move on to our second topic, which you're presenting. It's about TAT and their predictions. They're back.
Their TAT predictions. Well, did you know that there is also a wellness sandbox?
I had no idea.
Had no idea, right? Well, the TAT says that international travelers coming to the Hua Hin Wellness Sandbox will spend an average twice as much as other tourists coming into the country. Now, they believe that the first wellness sandbox of Hua Hin and Cha'am will attract higher spending tourists that will spend an average of 109,400 baht per person per trip. That's a lot of money. Now, the data from the Ministry of Tourism and Sports shows that before the COVID-19 pandemic in 2019, tourists to Thailand spent an average of only 48,000-ish baht per person per trip. So they're kind of predicting that they'll spend double that amount this year. Now, locations in Thailand, like the north of Got Phangan, show that travelers are willing to pay substantially inflated prices for accommodations and services that fall under the wellness category. Now, earlier this month, it was also announced that the Hua Hin and Cha'am will be a new location to fill this lucrative niche market, piloting a sandbox program catering to wellness with an aim to converting the two coastal cities into a world-class medical tourism destination. And the government spokesperson also explained that work is underway to upgrade the current facilities in the area so that health services and medical facilities in Cha'am and Hua Hin will meet all international standards. I find that kind of creative because Thailand is kind of known for, you know, its wellness, for the beaches, and that's a beautiful place to do, I guess, yoga, to do meditation, and we do have the resources in terms of human resources, like people who actually know the craft and stuff like that to hold that, which is great. It's just that the prediction of people spending double that amount is a little bit of a interesting point there for TAT to me. Yeah.
I don't know much about Hua Hin, so I'm not going to comment on that, but I do know that Thailand is quite popular for its wellness tourism. A lot of people do come here for health retreats and you know, meditation and just kind of to get away from everything. And I know a famous one in Chiang Mai where it's known for wellness and you're away from everything, and it is quite expensive as well.
Right.
It is very expensive, but you know, it's top quality. It's premium service, so if you want something premium, it's going to cost you. So I understand that there is a value in that type of tourism, but at a time like this, you know, some maybe, you know, the people who could afford it can afford it now, but are they willing to travel during a pandemic? I'm not too sure about that, but if they can make it work, then good for them.
Yeah. Also, it's good that they're going to upgrade a couple of facilities in that area because, you know, ever since the pandemic hit, a lot of restaurants closed down. Things have been degenerating a little bit in that area. So it's good to upgrade it before they open the wellness sandbox. So good job on that as well.
All right, let's talk about our last topic before the break, which is about public confidence in the government. Natty, I believe this is regarding pork prices and inflation.
Yeah, so as we all know, pork prices have went up. Actually, I saw a funny meme of this chicken rice stall, and it's circulating in the Thai kind of media. And it says like, pork prices have gone up, therefore our chicken rice and orange juice needs to be repriced. And everybody is commenting like, but you're not selling pork though, why? So the point being is that once pork prices surge, everything surges for unknown reason. And a survey by Suwon Dusit Ratchapat University, they did a poll and found that most Thai people are not confident that the government is capable of effectively dealing with the soaring prices of consumer goods. Now, 82.7% of the people, to be exact, said that they either have no confidence or very little confidence in the government's ability to do that. And asked how much confidence do you have to solve the problem of inflations, 47.3% said very little confidence, 35.4% said no confidence at all, and 2% said very confident. Now, I don't know what those 2% people were eating.
Those are just the ministers.
Yeah, they're like, yes, so we are confident. That's quite interesting. Yeah, but that is that.
Wow, 80+% of people not having confidence in the government. That's not too shocking, though.
Yeah, it isn't too shocking. I was like, I thought it was going to be a little bit higher even.
And I think that number will remain high if they asked a lot of controversial questions. Or,
yes.
Or, I mean, if they asked a lot of questions relevant to right now and the state of the country, I believe they would find a similar answer, possibly, allegedly.
Yes.
Anyways, Nettie, let's take a quick break. Once we come back from the break, we're going to be talking about Thailand's COVID-19 endemic. We'll be talking about the Saudi market as relationships between Thailand and Saudi Arabia are back on track, as well as a look to Chinese New Year. We'll be back right after this.
Find the coffee roast you love most. Coffee Culture delivers Thai coffee online. Whole beans or pre-ground delivered to your doorstep in Thailand. Go to coffeeculture.asia and get coffee you love delivered to your doorstep.
I think we're back, Jay.
Oh, and we're back. Je parle. I was writing on the chat. Pax just became a Thaiger member. Thank you for supporting the channel. And I was typing and I was rushed because I knew I only had about 5 seconds and I misspelled the word welcome. So, welcome, Pax. Thank you for being a Thaiger member. Hi, Jay and Natty, says John C. Hello, John C. Okay, before we get going, Natty, let me just give a quick shout out to John Young and Edward Bowman. Thank you for being Thaiger members.
Thank you.
That's right. We appreciate the support. And we did make an announcement, I think, last Friday that we will be having a lot more exclusive content for only our members. And you'll be able to watch all of our new content as members weeks in advance before it gets published for everyone else on our new Bounce channel and some of our videos on the Thaiger channel. The rest of the shows, our news programs, will remain open to the public as always. We appreciate the support of our members as well as our viewers. And Coffee Culture, of course. Natalie, mugs up.
Mugs.
Coffee Culture. You get never tired of these mugs. They're so beautiful.
Yeah.
And you can buy your roast coffee and ground coffee at coffeeculture.asia. Thank you. Oh, and last plug, I apologize before. Last plug. Natty, did you know that we have podcasts?
We do?
That's right. So you can now listen to Natalie's beautiful voice while driving and or before going to sleep and or when you're bored.
Yeah, and you can hear your hellos.
That's right.
First thing in the morning.
If your internet's not good enough and your video's buffering, you can just go listen to the podcast available on Spotify as well as Apple Podcasts. We will put the link in the description below.
Oh,
so
nice.
just wait a bit and then we'll put it. I'm not sure if it's there right now. But yes, thank you.
All right.
That is it. Now, Thailand's COVID-19 endemic. Last week, Natty, I was sitting with Tim here and I was talking about a story where Thailand's health minister, or the health ministry rather, is ready to declare COVID-19 as an endemic regardless of whether the WHO agrees or not. And Tim was telling me how they're going to redefine the word endemic because it's not what the health ministry thinks it is. Now, Dr. Yong Pulvarawan, the country's outspoken top virologist, is raining on Thailand's endemic parade. He's come out, who is the chief of the Center of Excellence in Clinical Virology in the Faculty of Medicine at Chulalongkorn University. He's come out and said that the nature of COVID-19 may be evolving over time and be less of a threat. It will never, by definition, be endemic. Now, Dr. Yong seems to be the first official in Thailand to recognize the misuse of the word and explaining that there are endemic diseases like yellow fever in Africa. COVID-19 is found just about every corner of the world, and it is unlikely that all cases globally will fade away. And if Thailand declares the COVID-19 as endemic, some people assume that COVID-19 will no longer be a danger in Thailand, and that is dangerous. So a quick note about that story. You can also find that article on thetiger.com. Secondly, focus on chicken, halal chicken, for Saudi Arabia market. Now, as you might know, Nettie, going through the news last week, the Commerce Ministry is set to roll out export promotion plans for chicken and halal food to tap into the Saudi market after the Middle Eastern state last week restored full diplomatic relations with Thailand after a freeze for more than 3 decades. That's right. So I think I spoke about this last Monday. Our Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha has been meeting with MBS, Mohammed bin Salman, who is the ruler of Saudi Arabia. And finally, after 3 decades, Saudi Arabia and Thailand have restored their relations. So a lot more business opportunities are going to open up between those countries. That's another quick update. And lastly, Natty, the Chinese New Year. I believe you're dressed up.
I'm a little bit dressed up,
Yes.
a little bit prematurely because I was so excited, but it is Chinese New Year Eve.
Yes.
Nothing fancy, really, just gonna eat some Chinese fruits tonight.
Yes. Well, I was told to wear red, and then I realized I don't actually have anything red. I only have my Christmas costume. And that will be inappropriate to wear another holiday's costume for another holiday.
Right.
I felt that would be disrespectful, so I just decided to wear blue instead.
Oh, okay.
But I'll try to wear something red tomorrow, as tomorrow's the official day. But we were told by Carmel, who's our social media analyst. What's the word?
Sure.
Social media
Manager.
person.
Yeah.
Manager. She was.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah,
lost,
she
I've lost track of what I was gonna
contacted
say.
us during the weekend. Hey,
That's
wear
right.
something red because we're
Yeah.
gonna do something special for you guys.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure.
And I said, sorry, Carmel, I don't own anything red.
But you know, at the markets they have those cute Chinese headbands.
Yeah.
The red ones. Maybe you can just wear that.
Okay. I'll think about it. Let's talk about Chinese New Year quickly.
Okay.
So you're part Chinese.
I am
Thai Chinese.
Thai Chinese, yes.
But you're basically Thai.
I am basically Thai.
Yes.
Chinese.
What I mean by that is, so I don't know much about Chinese New Year in Thailand. I know that, Phuket has a very big Chinese community, and Chinese New Year is a very big thing there. We have many Chinese temples there. During Chinese New Year, you can see a lot of people going there to for prayers and tributes, and then go out in the restaurants, eat dumplings, and get drunk. Is that
Get
pretty
drunk
much?
is not part of it,
Oh,
but yeah,
please.
sure.
It's
In
never part
2022,
of
yes.
anything. But
Yes.
as adults, some people like to indulge.
Yes.
But how's Chinese New Year in Bangkok? So you've grown up in Bangkok. I heard you talk about Yawalat a bit earlier. I guess that is Chinatown.
Yes, that is the Chinatown. So typically, a traditional household, a Chinese household, you would go and visit the ancestors. So your grandma, grandpa, anyone who has passed away, and would make kind of a big deal out of it. So a lot of relatives that you might have not seen in God knows how many years would actually show up during the Shengmeng festival, which is during Chinese New Year's, and pray together or like kind of pay respect to our ancestors. That's why you'll see a lot of chicken, a lot of pork, like raw or cooked, depending, and lots of fruits, and you would kind of give that to them for the gods and also your ancestors.
For the gods.
Yeah, but there's a lot of things that you should do during Chinese New Year's, but there's also a lot of things that you should not do. For example, you should not be cutting your hair on New Year's Day. You should also not be using any types of scissors. So I remember growing up, and my grandma actually, during New Year's, she would put all the scissors, all the knives, and stow them away.
Wow.
So we would not see them during Chinese New Year's. And there's a lot more things, but I can't remember all of them. Yeah.
Okay, I see. Wow. And
That's
I learned a lot
shit.
of new things.
Yeah.
And what's the typical Chinese New Year's Eve night at the Natalie mansion?
At the Natalie Mansion, we would just eat Chinese food, like simple foods like dumplings, noodles, because that symbolizes longevity,
Yeah.
long life, and vegetables, pork, chicken, duck. Of course, you gotta have the duck. Just Chinese food.
And do you sit and make those dumplings yourselves like they did in the movie Crazy Rich Asians, or is that just in a movie?
Yeah, in 2022, I doubt many working people do that anymore. You just buy the pre-made one. Yeah, so much easier.
I'm just taking part. Fair enough. All right, that's cool. So I'm waiting for my free dumplings tomorrow. TY says Jay the racist.
Why?
I have no idea.
What did you say that?
I don't know. I think he's confused. But yes, a lot of people asking me. Pux says, do I not own a red shirt, a red lumberjack shirt? Unfortunately, Pux, my red lumberjack shirt was stolen.
Really?
Yes, by a person in this office. I shall not name names or point fingers.
What?
But I am in the process of buying a new one.
Okay.
But yes, I shall try to take part in the Chinese New Year festivities tomorrow. Hopefully, I'll find a red shirt.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mandolsky says, lucky I'm not Chinese because I just got a haircut 30 minutes ago. Yeah, good job. Good job. That was a weird response. I mean, yeah, good that you're not Chinese, I guess.
Okay. All right. Let's take a quick break. Once we come back from the break, we'll take some questions from our viewers regarding any of the topics today or any questions you'd like to ask us. So we'll be back right after this. And welcome back. You're watching Good Morning Thailand. I'm Jay. This is Natty. And it's now time to address some of your questions. So let us have it.
Ty or TY says, Natty thinks she's Chinese. I never think it. I am Chinese.
Well,
Ish.
maybe because I called you fake Chinese.
That's where the racist comes in. No, just
Probably.
joking. If you are interested in the Thai Chinese culture, I believe on Bounce this week, hopefully tomorrow, we're going to release something Thai Chinesey, so you can watch that.
Well, West Texas Greg actually says, Natty, will you do a special on the Chinese New Year and inform us about the traditions? Like you said, you did a special Ask the Thais with all of our Thai Chinese members here at the office. So West Texas and all the other members, you'll be able to watch the video today, and it will go live for everyone, all of our viewers tomorrow. So members only will get a quick sneak peek of the video today, and it will go live tomorrow.
Yeah. Let's see.
J/Natty, you need to have an aerospace component to your show.
What does that mean, aerospace component?
I'm just gonna pretend like I know. Yeah. Pux.
Yes.
We need experts, don't we? Pux, if you can get in contact, we'd love for you to. It seems like that's something that you might know. But if regarding aerospace, I think Tim's the only one that has knowledge regarding that topic.
Elliot Lauru Thai, will you be wearing Chinese New Year clothing tomorrow? No, funny thing, this morning, Tim, he was like, oh, can you wear something red? And then I was like, yeah, sure. I was planning to wear something red tomorrow anyway. And then he was like, yeah, nothing fancy, just this one. And then he sent me a picture of a girl wearing a full kipao with a fan and like her hair's all done up. I'm like, wow, that's a lot fancier than I thought. I was like, oh, well, if it's too fancy, then he started sending me a lot more fancier things. I'm like, now I need to go shopping.
Yes.
Anyhow, I will try to wear something Chinesey, but I don't know if I could wear a kipao.
Something Chinesey, she says. Vira's Vlogs says, hey, guy. Hi.
Hello.
Guy.
Guy.
I keep on asking this. Are those mugs are free with Coffee Culture Coffee? The Thaiger's one is cool. Yes, these cups actually, you can buy them at coffeeculture.asia. They do come free with the coffee if you buy the coffee pack. I believe they have a coffee tasting pack, which do come free with mugs. However, these were limited edition, so I don't think you can buy these anymore. However, our Thaiger mugs, you can. You can go to thethaiger.com/shop and buy the cool Thaiger mugs. They're very tigery.
I love this one though. This one is cool. And
Sorry, please continue.
No, nothing. And I heard that the gold here is made out of special material. Like this is special gold as well. I don't know what special gold means, but that's what our manager told me.
Yeah, but we actually have Thaiger coffee as well.
Ooh.
Yeah, we don't talk about it much because we haven't like fully gone out to, but we're making commercials at the moment. So this is exclusive information for whoever is watching. But you can actually go to the website and buy Thaiger coffee. It's pretty good. I did a taste test for about 30 different coffee beans, and I didn't sleep for 2 days. That is actually true.
Yeah.
So by majority, we all had a taste of it, and we picked out the best coffee for Thaiger coffee. So
Right.
I think you'd like it.
So if you
you're
don't
into
like the coffee, it's your fault, Jay.
Oh no, you just had to put that out there.
The Wu-Tang Life also added that no hair washing on New Year's Day. It will wash your luck away. That is true. That's a Chinese belief.
Okay. Honest View says, I hope Jay knows who Mark Waynes is by now. Yes, Honest View, I do. I did know who he was. I just forgot his name for a second. So when I went onto the YouTube channel, I was like, oh, right, okay.
That guy.
Yeah, that guy.
That guy. I tried to contact him because I wanted to do an eating episode with him, but he hasn't gotten back to me. So if you guys want to help me and just bombard him on his channel somehow, like contact Natty from the Thaiger, like please do so. That would help me as well.
Yeah.
Puerto Rican Jew says, what animal is this Chinese New Year? It's the tiger. The year of the tiger.
That's right. It's the year of the tiger.
It's us. All right.
Yes, that Tiger Cup is coolest. Here we go. West Texas Greg says, I'm quite dissipated in the Tiger shop as I had that tiger painting in my basket for several days and waited for international shipping to be added. Then see it is sold out. Still no shipping option. West Texas Greg, that painting has not been sold out yet. It is actually not been available for sale yet. We still have to sign it. So the thing is, we're waiting for the stock to come, and we will all personally sign it. Me, Natty, Tim, and Jet. And I promise you, West Texas, I will make sure you will be able to buy one of those. I'll keep one like behind just for you. So fear not. As soon as it goes on sale, I will let you know.
Louie says, how did Natty do on Friday night stand-up? Actually, thank you for asking. I didn't do stand-up. I did improv comedy. And a couple of you from the viewers actually came. So if you're watching this episode, thank you so much for supporting me and the show.
Did they really?
Yeah, they did. They came up to me and like, hey, we watch you. Our whole entire family watches you. And my 10-year-old daughter watched your crocodile show. I'm like, I don't know if that's appropriate, but thank you so much for showing it.
A whole family came to see? That's pretty cool.
And a couple of other people too. There was this German couple, which is very nice. And there were a New Zealand guy. There were a couple of people. Yeah, for sure. So thank you for coming.
Natty Marisa going all out. Good for you.
Yeah.
Thanks for the invite, by the way.
Yeah, sure. You did come.
Because you didn't invite Natalie.
Okay, next time I'll properly invite you.
How dare you? You invite the viewers, yet you don't invite me.
Yeah,
That's telling me a lot about how you really feel about me behind the cameras.
Oh, no. Yeah.
Shame. All right.
Sure.
So will Tim... Oh, there we go. The chairman says, so will Tim be handing out ang pao to everyone tomorrow?
Ooh.
I think that should
be mandatory.
Yeah,
that's
mandatory.
For sure.
Yeah.
The CEO hands out ang paos for his staff.
Definitely.
Like a good CEO would.
Definitely. And it's normally the more mature people give it to the younger people.
Yes.
Is that so?
Yes.
Okay. Cool. All right. I think we should end the show there. What do you think, Nutty?
Okay, I believe so too.
Yes?
Yeah.
Okay, it's been a good show so far. We hope you've enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed it, please click the like button. And that's it from all of us here at the Thaiger Studio. Thank you, Natty.
Thank you, Jay.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Tomorrow we'll be going live from Ad Lib Hotel. That is in Soy 11. So come by, stop, have some coffee and breakfast with us if you're in town. If not, then we'll see you live tomorrow morning from Ad Lib Hotel. All right. Have a great one, everyone.
Bye.